So here today with me is Brian McGhee. Brian, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Chuck?
Brian is newly appointed as the Legacy Director of Player Development. So congratulations on that, Brian.
Thank you so much.
And I think the first thing that we want to kind of share with the people, Brian, is first, where are you originally from?
I was born and raised in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I was actually born right down at University of Pennsylvania Hospital, right down on Penn's campus.
And Brian, how long have you actually been playing tennis now?
Playing tennis, I started when I was 12 years old. That's when I picked up the racket for the first time. I played through middle school, and then on to high school and then college.
What was the highest level that you of tennis that you competed in?
I was a Division I tennis player. I played at Division I Central Connecticut State University, which is right outside Hartford in a place called New Britain. About 5,000 students. What you probably would call a commuter school. So, on campus is probably about 2,000 students, but off campus total anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 students. Okay. It was Division I.
Right. So. All right, so you just mentioned that you were introduced to the game of tennis around the age of 12.
I was.
Okay. How did that actually happen? What was the circumstances that brought tennis into Brian McGhee's life?
Well, going way back, my grandmother sent me a tennis racket for Christmas, but that was probably when I was about 8 or 9 years old. But I didn't start playing the game until, whatever that is, so that's about 4 years later. Me and my father used to play out at 52nd and Parkside because we lived in the Winfield section of Philadelphia. We used to hit with just each other. And then one day we were on the courts, just like we would probably play once or twice a week. And, the late, great Bill Johnson started watching us play. He just drove up and we were hitting and we were the only people out there, and he just started watching us play. After we got done, he asked my father if, I would want to come out and join his tennis program. And that weekend, I was playing doubles, believe it or not, on a court with Kareem Bryant, who used to be a member of our staff here. And then ultimately, I met Chad Hamilton and, a lot of the guys that
Right.
I grew up with. So,
Right.
It was basically like a chance meeting where my father and I were playing. The tennis courts at 52nd and Parkside are no longer there. It's now a parking lot for the Man Music Center. But that's where we were playing, and he just, like I said, it was a chance meeting. We were out there hitting. He saw us. He asked us if we want to come out and play, or did I want to come out and play, and, the rest is history.
Okay. All right, so you just mentioned Kareem Bryant and Chad Hamilton. Chad is still currently an active member on our staff. Unfortunately, Kareem Bryant is no longer here. But just as well as those two, there are other individuals that are here on the staff and other tennis players in the community that started in the Bill Johnson program.
Sure.
Can you give the Legacy family a little bit of background on who Bill Johnson was? What were his endeavors as far as tennis training and development and teaching are concerned?
Well, Bill was a pioneer. Basically, he gave children tennis lessons for no charge. So basically, any kid, from any demographic could come and take tennis lessons with Bill. He was really, I think his passion was with tennis. And because his passion was with tennis, I think that, that's why he didn't charge. And I think also, when you're not charging people, I think that you can kind of really tell the truth. I think a lot of times when you bring money into the equation, sometimes, the truth isn't being told all the time. But Bill was one that, always told us the truth. And I think it was, partly because he wasn't getting any money for it. It was just something that he believed in, helping kids, and he believed in, helping us. Ultimately, it's amazing how many people in that program are now tennis coaches. Just from his example, the example that he set was that, basically he's going to run through a wall for his kids and the kids in his program. And I feel like, each of us have bring a little bit of that to our coaching today, is the fact that we're just going to, we basically just do anything for our students, like a love that I think we learned from Bill. Brian McGhee, Legacy Youth Tennis and Education Director of Player Development. I want to talk a little bit today about the forehand volley and how it relates to the grip talk that we've been having in this series. The forehand volley is going to be hit with the continental grip, all right, which is, again, we can find that grip easiest by using our base knuckle as a guide. We're going to put that base knuckle onto the second bevel flat spot on any grip, any racket. Okay. For a volley, the main thing you want to do is you really want to get the racket face pointed at the target before you actually make contact with the ball. Okay, so you're going to get that racket face nice and open, holding that continental grip. The next thing is at or right before contact, you're going to take a step forward to make that contact. All right, you're going to get a weight transfer in to hit that volley. So you're going to start off continental grip. As soon as the ball is struck from the other side, I'm going to turn that racket up. I'm going to get my hand up. I'm going to find that ball. Okay, and then the last thing I want to do is right before I hit that ball, I want to take a step and open that racket face to the target. So it should look like this. Here, 1, 2, 3, and done. Forehand volley.